So, as you can see, this is a big boy tree, or actually some people call them mother trees. That a predominant tree, a mother tree is a predominant tree that the root system kind of feeds out and literally feeds other trees with nutrients through this process with I don't know, it's just small, it's microscopic stuff. It's an exchange through the root systems. I'll leave it at that. Google it if you want to understand more. But it gets complicated, and I'm trying to keep things simple here. So that's a sycamore tree. This one's probably about 50 years, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of, I see a few of seed pods on there. Last year it was loaded. And last year when they dropped, I collected them from this tree. So the little seedlings that I'm going to show you came from this tree. So with that sycamore, this here is a box elder. That's in the maple variety. There's another sycamore, another sycamore. So you can see these sycamores are doing a pretty damn good job of holding the shore here. And the problem is, and this is why I put in the river cane a couple years ago, right in this section, you can see it's doing pretty good, was that if the erosion gets up to that tree, the tree will just flop over into the water. It will undercut the root system, and the shore won't support it. So I'm doing everything I can to try to support the system, the root system, the shoreline, and the trees by controlling erosion. That's the point. So we're going to walk on down. I'm going to show you some other little seedlings, but these are sycamores I grew from out. This here is an oak. I think I'm pretty sure that was that oak right there came back from, it was a tall oak. The beavers gnawed it down, and it had several offshoots, and I trimmed off them to have one main leader. And so even though the beavers did damage it, it's coming okay. Last year, this site at this time of the year was all mud and rock. This is all new landscaping work. The big trees were brought in by a landscaper in big balls and planted here last winter, and the grass was sown over the spring and sprouted. Meanwhile, when this was all mud and rock, I collected those seed pods from the sycamore trees, and I planted these sycamores. And you can see all them yellow leaves through here, growing about a foot apart, which is kind of close, but they'll thin themselves out all through this area, all the way up and along our sycamore seedlings. So, point is, if the city mowing crew, gets mower happy again and decides they want to cut the underbrush or whatever, if they cut these bad boys down, they're going to come back because of sycamores. It's like I said, I consider it an almost indestructible tree. So, this is a happy story. Last year or 2 years ago, after my first planting experiment, it wasn't such a happy story because I kept looking for them. I couldn't find them. Well, here they are. And when we walk over to the riverbank, they'll even do them better. I think because that was another work project, and they used fertilizer for their grass over there, which the runoff went to the seed, which really gave them a shot. So, yes, keep at it. Even if you think you failed, try it again with a different technique. I think maybe the first time the seeds weren't mature enough, because I pulled them off a tree instead of picking them up off the ground. That might have been a key difference. Don't make that mistake. Wait for them to fall. See, up there, this is all steel and riffraff rock. Some call it a seawall, whatever. It's like Colorado when you try to climb this crap. It's tough. But the good news is these are living, breathing, viable sycamore seedlings, And look at the size of that guy. These are, I'm estimating 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. Look at that. And they're really, really doing good. So I'm gonna turn the camera off and take a walk along the lower shore and show you from the bottom shooting up how well these sycamores are. I mean, I'm in a burr patch too. I'm getting sucked up by burrs. How well these sycamores are doing. It's just phenomenal. So, point of the video, if you want to do something for the environment, collect sycamore seed pods and distribute them along the streams, riverbanks, shorelines. I mean, it works for lakes. Anywhere there's a shoreline with potential, I'm saying potential because you maybe can get ahead of it, of erosion. Let these turn into trees, and they'll help stabilize the shore and the river. Okay, I'm back. Also, what you'll see is some silver maples. That's what the smaller leaf ones are. And up top are the sycamores. So we've got a combination of 2 native varieties. I did not plant the silver maples. That came from those trees right there. The seed blew over or washed over when the river was up. However, it got carried over to here. So I'm gonna walk along and just show this area. I guess it's probably about 200 yards of shoreline. They replaced it because there's a gas line that runs along here and they lost all the shore. So they replaced it with steel girders and then the riffraff rock. And there's an underlayment underneath this of a rubber membrane that is up on the higher side. So hopefully the roots can penetrate down here in the lower stuff. I think there's some in the underlayment. So you can see what I'm talking about. This stuff. So I think this is going to break down. It's not rubber, it's some kind of synthetic stuff, but it will break down. The roots should be able to get through there. But this was all natural, and it's a combination of silver maples and the bigger leaf ones are sycamores. It's a great combination here. There's a sycamore, there's a sycamore, there's a sycamore, there's some sycamore. So yeah, they're around here. And man, it is rough walking on this stuff. It's either slippery mud or jagged rock, so pick your poison. I'm gonna stop here and pick up over there. Here's another sycamore, but this one is one that they left alone. The city work crews or the construction crew, and you can see, look how the roots are doing their job, doing their work. But behind there is some more of those sycamore seedlings. So you might be thinking, well, Stan, maybe those sycamore seedlings came up naturally. Well, you know, that's a possibility. But usually, you know, there has to be a predominant tree around. And if you can see here, these are all sycamores and they're growing, you know, like a foot apart. Normally that doesn't happen. I mean, you know, few and far between. So I'm gonna go under the assumption that they are from the ones I planted, because there was such an orderly line of them. It's where I threw the seed at. I threw down the seed pods and they exploded, or I waited up on a hill and just spread it out in the wind and let the wind take it. So coming up on the last phase of it before I tune out for the next time. It was fun being with you, but just want to say, hey, there's another tree, roots, but this one is history. They cut that when they put in this riffraff. There's another seedling, boom, right there. And we're coming up on the last group of seedlings that I'm going to film. But this makes the point. You can see them. Sycamore. And man, there's a ton of silver maples in there. And another reason I like sycamore over silver maples kind of has a short life expectancy, and they're prone to storm damage. They break easy, but sycamores can last a long time. All right, folks, this is the end of the video. It's all quiet down here on the river in Kentucky. I'm on the Licking River. Stan the Riverman, wrapping up at sunset down here, and even the moon is starting to pop out. But wish you all well. Be kind to each other. We're in kind of a weird period of history here. There's winners and losers all the time. So I don't know which camp you're in, if you're a winner or a loser. But hey, leave the politics out there. Let's be friends here when you come visit me. Okay, buds? All right, take care. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. See ya.